Today we talk about the economy's addiction to growth. It begins quietly, almost invisibly, like a whisper that slowly becomes thunder. We call it progress, we call it development, we call it success, we call it necessity. But rarely do we pause, rarely do we reflect, rarely do we question what growth truly means. From our earliest years, we are taught that bigger is better, that more is progress. Our textbooks praise growth. Our leaders celebrate growth. Our media glorifies growth. Our systems demand growth. The economy moves forward like a restless machine, never satisfied, never slowing down. Every year must be larger, every quarter must rise, every market must expand, every industry must grow. If growth falters, alarms begin ringing. If growth slows, fear spreads instantly. News channels warn crises, politicians panic, investors pull back, people feel insecure. This reaction feels normal, yet it reveals something deeper, a collective dependence on constant expansion. We have built an economy that cannot survive without perpetual growth, without endless acceleration. Businesses are designed to grow or disappear. Profits must rise or they are punished. Shareholders expect returns every single quarter, even if that means cutting costs, cutting jobs. Workers feel the pressure to produce more, to work faster, to remain competitive. Long hours become standard, burnout becomes common, stress becomes normal, rest feels like weakness. Consumers are encouraged to buy constantly, to upgrade frequently, to never be satisfied. Advertising tells us newer is better, bigger is better, more is happiness. We are pushed to spend even when we do not need, even when we cannot afford, even when it harms us. Debt becomes widespread, credit feels normal, financial anxiety grows, yet spending continues. The cycle feeds itself, businesses grow, people spend, markets expand. But beneath this surface, cracks slowly appear, inequality widens, resources diminish. Some people benefit greatly. They accumulate wealth, they gain power, they shape policies. Others struggle daily, working multiple jobs, barely making ends meet, falling further behind. The gap between rich and poor expands. As growth rises, inequality rises too. We celebrate national GDP, but ignore distribution. We cheer rising numbers, but overlook suffering. Growth does not guarantee fair wages, better living conditions, or human dignity. Yet we cling to it as if it were sacred, as if it were salvation, as if it were destiny. The economy behaves like an addict, chasing its next high, needing constant stimulation. Each economic boom feels exhilarating, but soon fades, demanding another. Recessions become disasters, not just downturns. They feel like failure, like moral collapse. But what if recessions were simply pauses, moments to reflect, rather than disasters? We fear slowing down because our system is not built for balance, only for speed. The planet bears much of the burden of this addiction to endless growth. Forests are cut down to fuel industries. Oceans are polluted to support consumption. Air quality worsens. Climate patterns shift. Species disappear. Ecosystems weaken. Yet many still argue that growth must continue, that technology will fix all environmental damage. Technology can help, but it cannot erase the physical limits of our planet. Resources are finite, land is limited, water is precious, energy has boundaries. Still, the economic engine keeps pushing forward, ignoring warnings, ignoring consequences.
Governments prioritize growth over sustainability. Corporations prioritize profit over responsibility. People are told this is simply reality, that nothing else is possible. But history shows economies change, systems evolve, beliefs transform. Growth was once necessary to lift societies out of extreme poverty, out of basic survival. It built infrastructure, improved healthcare, expanded education, created opportunities. But in many places today, growth serves different goals, not survival, but accumulation. We are no longer growing to meet basic needs. We are growing to satisfy endless desires. Luxury replaces necessity. Consumption replaces purpose. Quantity replaces quality. Speed replaces meaning. We chase bigger houses, faster cars, newer devices, trendier lifestyles. Yet happiness does not rise at the same rate as our income. Many feel emptier despite material wealth. Many feel isolated despite digital connection. This reveals a contradiction. Growth promises fulfillment, but often delivers more stress, more pressure. The economy grows, but well-being stagnates. Profits rise, but mental health declines. We must ask, what are we growing for? Is it human flourishing or corporate dominance? Is it collective prosperity or individual greed? Is it shared progress or concentrated power? Some thinkers propose a steady-state economy where growth is limited by ecological balance. Others advocate for sustainable growth, growth that respects nature and society. Both challenge the current mindset that more is always better. Imagine an economy that values stability over constant expansion, over relentless competition, where businesses succeed without exploiting workers, where profits exist without destroying ecosystems, where governments focus on well-being, not just GDP, not just markets, where communities thrive without excessive consumption, without endless debt, without constant anxiety. In such a world, success would look different, not towering skyscrapers, but healthy neighborhoods, not overflowing malls, but thriving public spaces, not record profits, but secure livelihoods. Work would feel humane, hours would be reasonable, people would have time for family, creativity, rest. Education would focus on critical thinking, not just producing more workers. Healthcare would prioritize prevention and care, rather than profit from illness. Environmental protection would be central, not optional, not secondary. This vision feels radical because we are so used to endless growth as the only path. But change always feels radical before it becomes the new normal. There was a time when slavery seemed natural, yet society changed. There was a time when child labor was acceptable, yet laws evolved. There was a time when women had no rights, yet movements succeeded. Similarly, our belief in endless growth can also be questioned, can also be transformed. We must begin by acknowledging that growth is not inherently good. It is a tool, not a destination, a means, not an ultimate goal. We must distinguish between useful growth and harmful growth, between necessary expansion and reckless excess. We must recognize that some sectors need to grow, like healthcare, education, but others may need to shrink, like fossil fuels, like wasteful industries. We must redefine progress beyond financial numbers, beyond stock markets, beyond corporate profits. Progress could mean clean air, safe water, stable climate. Progress could mean lower inequality, better work conditions, stronger communities. Progress could mean less stress, more free time, more human connection. But this requires political courage, corporate responsibility, and public awareness. People must question what they are told by leaders, by advertisers. They must ask who benefits from this system, who profits most. They must demand policies that balance economic activity with social and environmental care. Governments could tax excess pollution, regulate harmful industries, support sustainable businesses. They could invest in renewable energy, public transport, affordable housing. They could ensure fair wages, worker protections, universal health care. Businesses could focus on long-term value rather than short-term profit, on sustainability rather than speed. Consumers could choose quality over quantity, durability over trends, mindful consumption over mindless buying. Education could teach economic literacy, critical thinking, ethical responsibility. Media could highlight.
And that future starts with understanding, starts with questioning, starts with us, today. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel for more interesting video content. Thanks for watching. See you next video.